So we all know recently that fees or pay has been absolutely abysmal on Uber Eats. But last week or the week before, they announced what their pay rates actually are. And I think it's the first time they've announced what their rates actually are since, well, for a few years at least, back to when they were doing pay by distance, which obviously was a better model. So now they're doing pay by rates. I have built myself a handy little calculator to figure out what my estimated time is, because they're doing pay by time based on their estimates. So I built a calculator that estimates, that works out based on what their fee was, what the estimated time is, and also gives me pay per mile, all that sort of stuff. Calculator I should pop up here. It is free to download if anybody else wants it as well. I've built one on for the e-bikes, one for the motorbikes, and also I built them across all of the delivery platforms as well. Obviously they'll just give you quite a bit of information. If they are free to download, if you want them from the Buy Me a Coffee website, so free to download, or you can give a donation. So basically I built the calculators. So I've been out this morning for a few hours. I specifically only did Uber Eats, didn't turn the other apps on, just to see how accurate their pay system is. For one, how accurate they are compared to what actually happens in real life. But secondly as well, I've heard a few people tell me that they haven't even been estimating correctly. Like the estimate that they're sending out doesn't even reach the hourly rate that they agreed to. So let's go through it, and I'll show you. I did 5 jobs, show you where I got to with all the jobs and whether they paid fairly or not. And just to let you know as well, to make it as fair as possible to Uber Eats, I tried to streamline the process of delivery as much as possible. So as I say, didn't deliver on any other apps, didn't have any other apps open, didn't really do anything else on my phone other than concentrate on just delivering. Also, when I picked up the food from the restaurants or from the grocers, as soon as I picked it up, I contacted the customer and gave them an ETA. So for example, my first job, the customer was literally waiting outside for me. So I did as much as I could to speed up the process and give them as fair a shake as possible. And also I followed their specific map. Didn't try to take any detours or go ways that I thought were better. So I only followed what they said was the best way to go as well. Apart from on one occasion where they tried to send me down a road which is a road that's closed, that for some reason forever they think you can drive down. So this was my first order of the day. My first offer was from McDonald's. Don't normally like doing McDonald's orders, but for the benefit of this video, I just decided to accept basically everything that they sent over. So yes, McDonald's, £5.12. Now this one, actually they said that it should take 19 minutes, as you can see on the calculator, 19.3 minutes, which is 19 minutes and about 25 seconds. And for this one, actually it's paid correctly. However, bit of a caveat is that I managed to park as close as possible to McDonald's. When it's McDonald's, it's ready straight away, which is something that I wasn't expecting. And because I let the customer know it in advance, the customer was literally waiting at their door, had their code ready, boom, easy, no complications. And it is also quite pertinent as well to, I think, say that even though everything went completely perfectly on this job, it only just paid the minimum estimated fee. Moving on to job number 2 with Waitrose. They are known in my area for being particularly slow. They make you wait at a back gate, don't tell you what's going on, don't tell you whether the order's being picked or not, etc, etc. Bit of a disaster. Anyway, I had to wait there, and the customer wasn't ready to answer the door as well. So again, a bit of a wait and a little bit of traffic. So you can already see that with things not being perfect, their calculation was correct, but in real life, I fell quite considerably underneath the pay minimum. The next job was from Costa Coffee, just going down the, well, not just down the road, but just staying in Exeter. This one again was another perfect one. I got there, the coffee was ready. I went straight to the customer. The customer came out within about a minute and gave me the code. So this one surely should have hit the estimate, but unfortunately it didn't. Starting to get it, guys. So further on from that, they gave me 2 more jobs. So one job was Sainsbury's going out to Cranbrook, which is like a satellite town, for £7. That one didn't hit anywhere near its estimate. And following on from that one, they actually, to be fair, cancelled out some of my travel back by giving me one while I was at Cranbrook to come back into Exeter, to pick up from Exeter and drop off in Exeter. That one, again, because of where I was picking up from, it wasn't ready. Same with the Sainsbury's one, was a large order. So both of them weren't ready, which meant that quite quickly I fell below the estimated time. So I think my conclusion is that their estimated times are based on very, very, very best case scenario. Based on the order being ready, there being no traffic, there being no complications for the customer whatsoever. My plan was to continue this on for a little bit longer, maybe do like 10 or 15 orders, maybe take up a bit more time. But then they started offering orders like this. Now, please let me know in the comments what you think of an order like this, because for me, £8.69 to travel 16 miles is absolutely abysmal. Generally, I want to be hitting at the very least £1.20 per mile to make myself somewhat, around about minimum profitable. But yeah, that's a one-way trip with probably no job coming the other way. So it's £8.69, £8.70 for an hour. It's madness. And lastly, let's do one more thing. Let's just use the calculator to work out what the whole 2-hour experience was worth for me. All the stats behind the 2 hours that I did working for Uber this morning. So order fees, I got £29.19. 120 minutes on order, because it was pretty much exactly 2 hours that these jobs took. 28.1 miles is what I've got on my odometer, having reset it at the beginning of the day. That gives me an hourly rate of £14.60. Considering their minimum is £15.90, it's not great really, is it? Especially when you're considering my I worked out my cost per hour a little while ago, and that came to £3 and a penny, if I remember rightly. It was around about £3, so that takes my actual rate down to £11.60, which is less than what minimum wage now is. So yeah, pretty not great, especially considering there weren't any massive delays in any of these orders. Miles per pound is £1.04. So for every mile I drove, I earned £1.04, which to me, I think it's absolutely atrocious. I think the bare minimum, as said before, is like £1.20, and that's on a terrible, terrible day. Bare minimum. What you really, I think, need to be hitting is like more like £1.50 for an okay day, and then up to about £2 a mile when you're doing really good. When there's Boost on, when there's Quests on, when Just Eat's paying out well. So yes. My personal opinion is that Uber Eats are not paying fairly at the moment. But let me know in the comments down below, because I know a few people have told me they like working on Uber Eats. They prefer it to anything else. Not many people, but there are some people out there. As I say, guys, these calculators I made are completely free. I shall pop the link in the description box and the comments down below. So please go ahead and download them completely free on the Buy Me a Coffee website. That meaning if you mess it up and edit the wrong cells, you can just go and download it again. But until next time, hope you have a great day, earn some good money. Ciao for now.